Good virtual time to y'all. Hello, warriors. This is your principal, Dr. Iglesias. I'm reporting in, giving you some updates. It's been a while, and I want to let you know I miss you. I miss you dearly. So let's get started with some updates, some questions, some concerns. Here we go. Fallbrook High School, you rock. We're doing all things online at this moment. So, let me move my head over here. So, updates. So, as you know, we have our current instructional delivery model is known as the TLC. Yeah, I wish it was tender loving care. It is, it should be on the social emotional side of things, but it's meant to be a model for us to function during COVID-19 online, virtual, everything virtual at this moment. So it stands for Teacher Workshop, which you have to imagine the teacher's work is being conducted in a virtual environment. That's a teacher workshop. Learning online are the videos, materials, digital books, resources that are being given to you offline, what's known as asynchronous time. And then we have the C for coaching. So I wanted to give you an update on that because right now we have peer tutors, and I'll attach these documents to this communication. But we do have peer tutors Tuesdays at 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. and we have tutors Fridays from 11:30 to 3 p.m. And those are peer tutors. There are students that are helping out other students. It's incredible. Thank you. You guys are outstanding, and you guys are coming and virtually and helping other students. So I appreciate you, and we started that initiative. We also have online partners. If you have noticed in some of your classrooms, we have worked to make sure we get people here to support us, support you, not us, you in the classroom and our teachers. So we have those partners, we're calling them online partners, who are there to support, be part of the breakout groups, and going back to that coaching model, being there to assist in some of those breakout sessions, or what we're called breakout rooms during Zoom time and other types of Google Meet, for example. So we have those two resources. We're looking also to bring Warrior Way back online, not only virtually, but physically. So get this. We're looking at having small groups, what are called stable small groups. That means 14 students, 2 adults, no more than 16 individuals in these small, stable cohorts. So that's going to be starting up soon. So you will be seeing announcements for 2 things. We're looking for teachers and other employees to come forth and have these types of Warrior Way activities and tutorials. So that's one thing. And then we're looking for you. Yes, you to be a part of these after school tutorials and activities. So that's starting up soon. Just as a reminder for you, right now we're living through COVID times. The California state minimum instructional time is 240 minutes a day. You probably don't even have an idea about this. It used to be 360 minutes of instructional time a day, but right now we're under 240 minutes. That's the current mandate and expectation. That's why Fridays are so important. And I wanted to highlight that real quick. Fridays matter. That 1 hour of synchronous or live time during the advisory period is important. Attendance there does matter. I know you have questions and concerns, but that time is important, and you do get attendance participation points for being there. It's critical. At this time, advisory period is not weighted. It is not counted against you as a grade. It's a pass fail option at this moment, and I know you guys have questions regarding that, but we're doing this for a reason. We're doing advisory period because I know it's different, and I know for you that are seniors, juniors, and sophomores, you're like, what the heck is going on? I know it's new to you, but we felt it was important enough to bring it forth because we do want you to have those activities that really matter and impact you. One of those activities is around social emotional learning and supporting all students, and the other one is around college and career readiness. And I have that down below on this presentation, and I'll send those links. We're working on initiatives like No Place for Hate. We have no room for hate on our campus, both physically and virtually. And there's been some things that have occurred, and I'm not happy about those. But you know what? We're in a situation that we still have to build you up as human beings, and we have to support you and get you to understand one another. And so that's important to me. And then the other one is college and career readiness. And so there's been lessons regarding that during this advisory period. So all this adds up to you should not be getting more than 180 minutes of asynchronous work on Fridays. And that's why before I have made announcements early in the morning on Friday mornings, you should be waking up and be ready to go at 7:40, and you should be working a couple hours to capture that time. So I'll pause here again and just say this. Yes, the California state minimum for instructional minutes right now is 240 minutes. I know that our blocks are 90 minutes, but the instructional time during those live 90 minutes is 60 minutes. So when you start adding things up, we're trying to provide as much support for you and instruction for you. So it's coming two ways: synchronous live time with your teacher up to 60 minutes, and then those extra 30 minutes per class on Google Classroom. You have those assignments. That's part of the asynchronous work. And together, you're getting that instructional time. If you're not familiar with our team, let me make my head really small here. So you know me, and you should know me by now. I'm Dr. Iglesias. I usually take care of 12th grade. I do take care of 12th grade. Sometimes I take care of everything in between. But that's my, when I deal with anything with counseling or meetings or discipline, I'm in charge of that. Then we have Mrs. Jones, who takes care of the 9th grade. And then we have Mr. Martinez, who takes care of 10th and 11th grades. And that's our information. It's on our website as well, and our extensions here at the school. But for the freshmen that have not met us, everything's been virtual. That's your administrative team. I'm your principal, and those are your assistant principal, and that makes the admin team. And then we have our counseling department. So our counseling department is consistent right now of 5 individuals. We have Miss Aguila, Miss Amada, Mrs. Archuleta Moya, Mrs. Bird, and Mrs. Jimenez. These are the 5 current counselors. I do have bad news, actually sad news. We are losing Mrs. Bird. She is heading to Arizona. That's her home state, and she's going back. So we're gonna miss her. She's moving on, and we'll be having a current replacement is Mr. Dennis. He is helping us out temporarily as we seek a replacement counselor. So I'll send that information in the email as well. But for right now, you do have 4 counselors plus our substitute counselor, Mr. Dennis, and I'll send that information in this communication. So this is your team. So look at their alpha. They serve the alpha that's listed under their name here. And again, on our website, you have all this information, but I wanted to reintroduce them to you. So milestones. So we started off the year, we're still in 2020. We started January as a regular second semester. And then, of course, March 2020 hit, COVID-19 emergency closure. We had no idea what was going to happen. But by June of 2020, we had a virtual graduation. By June and July, we had started virtual summer school. And then, of course, August 2020, we started online school. Can you believe it? And then October 2020, our first grading period ended. And now at this time, the Board of Education has agreed that we have extended this closure till November 6, 2020, until our second grading period ends. And this is where we're at right now. COVID-19 has not been solved. People are speculating about a vaccination and other, vaccination is the solution. And then so we have other things that we have to meet before we come back on campus. and I'll speak about those in a couple minutes here. So what's critical right now, here are the must-dos. So to reopen, we must ensure your safety and security. So that means things like plexiglass barriers to protect us from airborne sneezes, coughs, and breath. And so those are coming up. Those are literally coming up right now and should be up in most classrooms. It's in my office, and it's in most classrooms for the teacher and the paraprofessional. You will have to wear a face mask, face coverings. That's going to be a must. No questions. There's no questions there, guys. This is not a joke. There's been a lot of rumors and conspiracy theories. We're just going to abide by the current expectation of masks. We're going to be promoting healthy hygiene. We have to wash our hands. We got to take care of our health and our hygiene. We have to disinfect the locations that we go about in and around our campus. And so we're going to have routines that we will establish to make sure you are healthy and kept safe. Physical distancing is a must. We have to keep those 6 feet of separation. You have to do the self-check questions. You have to ask yourself how you're feeling, how your muscles are feeling, your body, if you're coughing, and then you have to take temperature checks. Make sure you're not running a fever. And then the big one is busing. We have to make sure that we ensure your safety. Again, on the bus, it's going to be a little bit of separation. You know what the bus situation is like. So there's going to be some separation, but it's going to be mostly the masks, the face coverings to protect you. Again, these are must-dos. I don't think we're there yet, but these are the must-dos that we have to do now, then, until we have a permanent solution. These are the things we have to grapple with and deal with and must do. And I've just highlighted a few here. So where are we at right now in regards to reopening and next steps? So if you haven't heard, step one, we have already open athletics, competitive sports, football, cheer, swim. They are practicing, and we are getting ready for possible CIF competition come December. So we are pretty pumped up. It's happening. I've seen it. I've been there. So those are the things that are really happening right now. Step two for us is small groups, what we're calling stable cohorts or small groups. I mentioned them already. 14 students, 2 adults. We're going to start with Warrior Way, which is known as, that's our name, Warrior Way. It's an assets program, after school program. So we're looking to do activities and tutorials, again, based on your response and your inquiry. And I'm going to send out a survey. But if you show interest and you're willing to come in, we're looking at providing some transportation. And if you have your own transportation, of course, as well. But we're looking to get that going. So that's going to be like step 2 or phase 2. And then step 3, COVID-19 vaccination. I don't know. I don't know when that's going to be. There's all kinds of speculation. It's going to maybe take months before we have a permanent solution. But all I can tell you at this time, as we're preparing, and I have to say this, I'll tell you as a principal, what I hear from other principals in other school districts. I know that Oceanside and Carlsbad, they're waiting for second semester. So they're waiting to hold off and make sure that all these things are in place, like what I just mentioned in the previous slides, before starting. So they're looking at relaunching school in January. So that's one thing that I have heard from my colleagues. And then Vista, I've heard that there is a petition to, again, hold off and wait till January. And one thing that we have done well here is, and I know there's a lot going on, guys, but the hybrid model that we have in place really aligns to the current online schedule that we have. So embedded in there with the blocks of time is cohorts of individuals. So we're looking at having a hybrid model. When we're able to reopen, it's going to be a hybrid model using cohorts and then using your data from you and your parents, those surveys, giving us information who wants to come back onto campus and who's going to stay home and do things still online and virtual. So that's your decision. We're gonna take that information and make make those cohorts firm regarding who's going to come back and who's going to stay home. So again, those are the next steps, and we have to have these things in place. So thank goodness we have the technology right now. We have the Chromebooks, the hotspots, the Google Classroom. We have Aries Communication, and we've become very familiar with Clever Integration. That is the behind-the-scenes application that brings everything together when it comes to other apps that your teachers are using in Google Classroom. And so I'm pretty excited. Again, if you have any of these needs or you have questions regarding this, please send it down my way to your counselor, to your AP, or myself. And our librarian is incredible. She takes care of our Chromebooks and hotspots as they come in and as you need replacement and what have you. So just know that that's the way we are currently functioning and working with. And then again, our TLC model, it's been a model that's been something that we have really utilized. People have spoken about it in different terms like flipped classrooms, and that's something that's probably going to stay with us. But in one way or another, it's going to stay with us. We've worked really hard to create these flipped Google Classrooms, videos, resources, and digital books, and then and teachers have worked hard to create the content for you. What's what we're broadcasting out there to you, whether it's they make it and some have, or we have borrowed from others. And then the teachers have been tremendous. They are part of this equation, and so are you. So this is what it looks like. A teacher is in the middle because they are the hub. They are the individuals that are facilitating this. They're giving you the content. And student, you are consuming information that's critical for your life, career, college, etc. So again, what's next? What now? Parents, continue to do the parent surveys. If you've done it once, that's fine. Thank you. But if you haven't done the survey, please do so. Student survey. Students, please do the student survey. And then our superintendent has communicated kind of the things I've spoken to, the must-dos in her parent letter. I'll attach it again. But there's a lot to do, a lot of work to do. We care about you. We know it's difficult, but we're here for you, and we're getting through this together. It's not normal. None of this is normal, but we are learning, we're growing, and I hope that you are too. So that's my update, and I'm here for you. All right, guys, I'm going to stop recording here.